Welcome to another episode of The More You Share, The More You Know. My name is Catherine Salazar, and I am the Instructional Technology Specialist at Education Service Center Region 19 in El Paso. Today we're going to continue our discussion about the ePortfolio. In our last two shows, we've covered the contact information, as well as recently more the picture and video manager and our quick links. And then now today we're going to focus on our showcase and our news segment of the ePortfolio. If you notice on my screen here, I've gone to the main website, projectsharetexas.org, and it has a new look and feel to it. But just know that you can log in at the top right with your same username and password as before. So I'm going to go ahead and log in to my portal.
Why don't you
do over?
Why don't you go back, yeah. Just
She's like, she's
start
too
off when you
dumb
go,
to.
yeah.
I'll do the whole show over.
Okay, you can if you want.
That's just easier. I'm like, type too fast, don't know my password. Okay, sorry. Your
Not
timer?
you.
You okay with the timer?
Whatever.
Welcome to another episode of The More You Share, The More You Know. My name is Catherine Salazar, and I am the Instructional Technology Specialist at Education Service Center Region 19 in El Paso. Today's show will continue talking about the ePortfolio on your Project Share Texas portal. If you notice on my screen, we have the website up right now because it has recently gone through some major updates and changes. Just know that you can continue logging in with the same username and password in the top right corner. I'm going to go ahead and log into my portal so that we can continue our discussion about the ePortfolio. When I get to my portal, I'm immediately going to go to the left menu and click on the second choice called My ePortfolio, and that expands a larger menu. In our other shows, we've already covered contact information, the welcome note, as well as pictures and videos, and making quick links for parents and students. Today's show will focus on your showcase and your news items. When I click on Showcase on the left, you will notice that I have 3 items already in my showcase. And really, what is the showcase for? Well, the definition of the showcase is anything that you want to showcase about work that you've done. So if I'm a teacher or an educator, I might want to upload papers I've written, websites I've created, just different science experiments that my children have done in class, just anything. It can be a file, a picture, a web link, just lots of different things that you want to showcase. So for this example, you see here that I have 3 links. 1 links to the EdCamp video, and 2 link to a blog that I made in the past. And on the right side, you can kind of see that some of them are public, and some of them just include every segment. So I didn't mind sharing those showcase items with the entire public. What I'm going to do is click on Add a New Showcase on the right side. And again, this one will reload and give you all those options of what you can upload to your showcase. Now, just so you realize that if your district has already uploaded students to Project Share, they have this option as well. So for them, the showcase works the same way, but the kinds of things they'll upload are really important because if you picture a student that moves a lot throughout their K-12 experience, you know, if they save something on a school's server or on a flash drive, those things will get lost throughout their school career because they might be moving, you know, flash drives get lost or broken. So this is basically a storage in the cloud for them that will follow them their entire school career, as long as they basically stay in Texas. So here in the center, for the students, they might upload papers they've written. They might take pictures of science experiments they've done, just anything that can showcase their path along their school career. So it's really exciting for them to start this as early as possible, and that way they can always show the next teacher, look at what I've done in the past. So it's a really powerful tool. Here I'm going to make a title of one, and this one I will call a link to my Web 2.0 tools. And I don't need a description or reflection. It doesn't have the red little asterisk on the side. And I'm going to say that it is a blog, and the web address I formerly already copied, so I'm going to go ahead and just paste that. And remember that I have the HTTP twice, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my additional one here. And I don't need to add a date. It's not like an assignment or something I published on a certain date. It's continuous. And then further down it says, do you want to add a picture? Do you want to add a file? And then again at the very bottom, that pattern of who do you allow to view this information? And I will make this public again. I'll just select all of them. And I'm going to click on Save. I will get that same warning that I'm about to make this public, and that's fine. And then it'll reload my page. And it should show that fourth item now at the bottom saying Web 2.0 Tools with that link to the website. So how does this show in your public URL? Well, I can do two things. Remember from our last episode, we can either go to the very top of the screen above our name and click on our URL there, or on the left side under ePortfolio, I can also click on Preview the ePortfolio to get me there. So I'm going to go ahead and load my portfolio for you so that we can check on our showcase. So here my portfolio is loading, and on the left side I have something called Showcase. When I click on that left menu item, I see anything I've uploaded, and here so far they've really been links. But if they were files or pictures, they would show here as well for you to open those up, or download them really. So the last one is the one I added today. I'm going to click on that link, make sure it's not a broken link, and as you see here, this is my blog with lots of links on the right for different Web 2.0 tools. So that worked fine, and again, this would be great, for example, if I'm a student and I want to share things that I've done with other teachers, other peers of mine, or my parents. They could go to my website and see those, unless the district has locked that down to not be viewable by the public, but that's like a district decision, really. So here I'm going to close my website out. I'm back on my portal, and we've kind of talked about how to make a showcase item. If it didn't work, if you had typos, remember the pencil icon on the right there lets you edit anything you want, and that trash can item will delete something that is no longer active or valid. So the last piece we'll talk about, or the second piece we'll talk about on our episode today, is the news item. And that's a really exciting piece that I like to use a lot. Now your news is nice because it acts like a welcome note. You can have it there right on your homepage to alert people to something that's new and exciting. But you can also have it on your side menu as well, just so people can click on news and see what's new in your classroom. But the nice thing is you can set a starting and ending date to the news. So if you already know that something's coming up in the summertime and you're in the spring, if you already know those dates of when you want that showing on your website, you can add it at any time with a starting and ending date, and the website will know when to display that on your URL and then when to take it off. So some teachers use news to do daily or weekly homework assignments, and other people just use it like for upcoming parent-teacher conferences. So it's really a tool that you use to your advantage. I'm going to click on Add New News on the right side. I'll have to give it a title. So here I'm going to pretend that it's a spelling test coming up. And if I decide to link my news to a website, I can, but here I don't. And when I'm going to post this spelling test, well, I want people to know about it maybe Monday. So here I'll go to April 30th. And then I want it to end the Thursday, the night before, because the test might be Friday. And that way I might even have my spelling words there for my parents to see what my kids will be tested on. So that would make it May 3rd, I'm sorry. And here I have this tiny checkbox that makes a big difference. It's asking me if I want this news to also show on the website's homepage instead of just hidden inside of the news on your left menu item. So if you want people to go to your homepage and already see the news right there because it's that important, you definitely want to check this little box. But if people are used to going to your news on the left, then you can always just leave that unchecked. So here I have my little box where I'm going to write down spelling test coming up on May 4th. And maybe I'm a first grade teacher and the words are, and then I might make a list of all the words that the children have to learn for that week. And that way they can check it online and the parents can as well. I'm going to click Add at the very bottom. And now I have that news item, and it does tell me that it's currently active and it's going to expire on May 3rd. Now, because I made the starting date April 30th, if I go to my website right now, it won't actually show because today is not the 30th yet. So I'm going to make one other news item real quick with today's date so you can see how that displays on your website. So today I'm going to say Friday. And I'm going to post it today. which is the 27th. And I'll end it to tomorrow, so that goes away tomorrow. I'll show it on the website. And I'll say a news item looking forward to 5 p.m. And then that's my news for the day, and I'll say add. So here, I now show 2 news items with different expiration dates. So if I want to preview this news item, I go to the very top or the left of my menu to go ahead and go to my URL, my public website. And here, right underneath my welcome notes that we made in other shows, I now have a news title, and it has even an RSS feed if people want to subscribe to that. And this one says Friday, looking forward to 5 p.m. If I hadn't checked that tiny little checkbox, the news would not be right here on the home page. It would only be on the left side under news. So I'm going to click on news on the left side, and you see that it displays the same thing. So right here, that's your choice. Do you want your news to start populating on your home page underneath your welcome note, or would you rather people get used to the fact that they have to look for your news on the left menu? Totally up to you, just as long as you tell your audience where to find that news. And just if you notice here, if a parent or a teacher says, or a student, whoever's looking at your website, that you never had that item there, there's a way for you to click on this tab in the center called Expired News, and that's where you can prove that you did have that once as a news item, and you at least have when it expired. And this can be an ongoing list for you, or if you know that you no longer need to see it here, you can click on that trash can on the right to completely get rid of it on your expired news items. So today, just as a recap, we did cover parts of the ePortfolio. We continued our discussion today about how to create some showcase items, as well as our news on our website. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll hope to see you at our next show.